My name is Jazz, and the name of my business is The Mindset Evolution. And as a mindset and empowerment coach, I really help women reunite with their own voice and move them closer to their true, authentic selves. For most of my life, I'd worked my way up, whether that was through education or experience, to become a social worker and work as a mental health therapist in that field. And what I quickly realized in that field is that there was so much that I didn't feel in alignment with. And, there was just that misalignment with my values and beliefs, and didn't really feel like I was reaching some of the underrepresented and underserved communities that I wanted to. And there were a couple of other factors too. An incident that I would say kind of happened with my mother at the age of 16, have an arranged marriage and supposedly have a better life in a different country. And all of that happened at the tender age of 16. And what I realized quickly from that is that it really only takes a single moment in which we can feel silenced and suppressed and allow others to kind of make some of the choices and decisions to lead us on a path that isn't our path to take. But it can also kind of determine the trajectory of your entire life. And just knowing that can happen. What I realized growing up is that one of my most valuable and sacred possessions was my voice. And I really quickly learned to nurture that voice, to make sure from an early age, there was still a lot of oppression in the environment that I was raised in. But I just knew that my mother, who went from being filled with just pure joy and this beaming light, which yes, she still has, but that light has really dimmed over time. That could happen. And I did not ever want that to happen to me. So I really made it my highest priority to stand guard at the door of my mind. And by that, I really closely monitor my own voice, my inner voice, and whether or not I'm being guided by that, or if my choices, my decisions, my actions and behaviors are being influenced by others. And I know that's, it's easy for us all to be influenced by everything that's happening in the world, in society, and, all the noise around us. But I know that we feel most out of alignment with our own core values and beliefs if we are living in accordance with some of those, because that doesn't necessarily belong to us. So how are we kind of making that distinction, as in that doesn't belong to me? I'm not going to kind of embed that in my system and have it influencing everything I do, to how do I get better at really monitoring my own thoughts. And honestly, I think that's really come from me using my own voice, and that led me on the path to creating platforms for the amplification of women's voices. Every decision I made from a young age was solely for that purpose. So a lot of my clients will tell me, and it doesn't matter where, they could be in big corporate roles, they could say that they don't feel like they're opening up fully in their relationship. Whatever it is, essentially is holding them back, and it leads to a sense of not feeling fulfilled, not feeling in control, not feeling as if your internal compass is guiding you, and just feeling this sense of kind of hopelessness. Like, I'm stuck and I don't know how to get out of this, but I know that I'm in this abyss of not knowing, and there's more for me. And I want to feel that sense of ease and freedom and that expansiveness in my heart and mind. And I don't feel it. Like, I've just never stopped to feel it, because I've always been on that roller coaster. When we don't speak the words that we know we want to speak and we feel that, over time, it will start to impact everything from our self-worth to our self-confidence, our self-esteem, our self-advocacy. Almost every single area of our life is impacted. And there's a direct link there. There's a lot of research that supports that when we live in alignment with our values and beliefs as our authentic selves, it improves our psychological well-being, our relationships, our satisfaction in our business and career. And most importantly, it makes us feel more aligned with our purpose and our passion. A mantra that I've been using to comfort myself when I feel like I could be doing so much more, because I know that's a feeling a lot of us wake up with and go to sleep with. So putting a reframe on that is to say that I have done enough today. I am enough. And that is the best that I could do with what I have today. Coming back to using that word I really is one of the most powerful ways of talking to yourself and taking back the control of all the external factors, which, make us believe that we could have done so much more with a 24-hour day. And I always tell my clients that whatever you attended to, those were priorities. Those things needed to get done. Everything else, yes, carries a lot of meaning, but didn't necessarily need to get done today. If it had, you would have got to it. So instead of letting that kind of, again, just don't beat yourself up and have that diminishing all the parts of you that can really break you down. If you want to feel whole and complete, start talking to yourself in those very loving, compassionate ways. I am enough. I did the best that I could today. I'm proud of myself for what I've achieved today. And I'm going to bed remembering that I did my very best.